Hey everybody, James from My Breeder Supply and Love My Pups. We have a new version of Shipmate that is half the price. So I've got the old version, I've got 3 of the new versions. These actually came back from some of my customers. I've been doing testing on the new version. I call it Shipmate Lite. Shipmate Lite's been going now for about 5 months. So I've got some pretty solid testing behind this. Everything's working great. So I want to show you what the difference is. Why are you paying half the money and what are you losing? $295, $149, what the heck's the difference? So, really the difference is only one thing. On the original version, you can play back the data from a trip. And you can also plug in a USB device right here. And with that you generate a graph that shows you, and I'm going to just go over this real quick, it shows you what happened. This was a 22-hour trip. It started off at room temperature. There's actually 2 lines here. One is the target temperature, which is the very faint green line, and the bolder jaggedy line is the actual temperature experienced. You can see it cooled down fairly quickly to 18 degrees. Another 4 hours to get to the target temperature of 5 degrees. Maintained it for the entire time. And this shows us what the battery level is. You don't get that graph with this new version. So let's just play them back and see how this works. So I'm going to load up a battery. These are used batteries that came back with these things. These just literally came in the door. And you can see the moment I plug it in, sometimes colors don't show up so well on video, but it's basically showing red here. The reason it's red is because that's a used battery. I'll load these other ones up too. You should all have data in them because they haven't even checked them yet, but they all came back from the customers, different customers. So I'm going to put another one battery in this one. And the same thing again. Now the display is inside. So that one you can see is turned red. And the reason it's red is because it's got a low battery. These 2, I'm going to get fresh batteries in these ones. So you can see the difference. Okay, fresh battery in it. It won't go red. It shows a color. That yellow color means it's got data in it. And if we'd have seen this one here and this one here, they'd have both showed the data information, that they got data before they started showing the current temperature. Load one more. We'll put a dead battery in, or a used battery in this one. And again, this one here, actually that battery is in pretty good shape because it doesn't show a bad battery, but it does show there's data in it, which of course there is because it just came back in. Okay, so we'll get these out of the way. So, the old one. If you want to play back the data, you swipe it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we may have to have better light. 1, 2, 3. Actually, there we go. I may have already cleared the data out on it. Let's try this again. Let's stop that one again. Let's do one of these. So you read the data back. There's a little switch here. You press the switch 1 time. And here's the temperature coming up. And it's getting slowly greener and greener and greener. It's gone completely green. It took about 4 seconds. 1 second on this is 1 hour with the data, just like the old system. And it's going to stay hopefully green for the entire trip, at which time it's either going to show red for a moment because it came out of the canister, or it's just going to get turned off. We'll see what happens here. So, a normal trip, 24 hours. It's going to be 24 seconds. I haven't been counting the time, but we've got to be coming up close to that time right here. Some trips are a lot longer than that, and I honestly don't know what. There it is. And you can see it was taken out. It went red for a few seconds because it got left. Now it's being left in a room somewhere. The vet or the customer took it out, and there's the data. And we can now clear the data out by holding this button in, and it'll go blue. If I hold it in long enough, it'll go green. If I let go, the data's cleared. There's the green. Let go of it. That data is now cleared. And now this is the current temperature in the room, which is about 25 degrees. So it's flashing 25 times and it's a red color. If I press it 1 more time to play it back, there won't be any data in it. No data. Press it again. No data. And that's because I cleared the data out. Right, let's do another one. Let's just try and do this one here. I cleared the data out on that. Sorry about that. Let's do this one here. Flashing red, about 25 flashes in between sets of flashes because that's about the temperature in this room. Let's just count the next set actually, we'll do that. So, wait 1 second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 degrees. I may have missed a flash or two. It's about the right temperature in this room. Again, I'm going to play the data back, press it once. Here comes the data. It's gone from a cooler, from room temperature, slow there, it's gone green. So that took about 4 seconds, 4 hours to get down to target temperature, and now it's going to stay green again for the entire trip. And again, I don't know how long it is for this particular trip, but typically there's something in the order of 24 hours. And we're just going to do the same for this one here. We'll start this one up. And there's this one. It hasn't gone, and then that one's finished. This one's gone green. While that's going on, I'm going to clear the data out of this one. Hold the button in. Get my little stubby fingers on it. Wait till it goes green. Let it go. Data's cleared out. And this last one here, you see it's on its trip. Again, we're probably about 30 seconds in right now. All nice and green, right on the target temperature the entire time, 5 degrees, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. So semen arrived in great shape, and these are actually live canisters that have gone on trips, so I know that it's real. And in this case, we'll clear this one out too. Still, the trip's a longer trip. This might be one that went to Hawaii, which is typically something in the order of a day and a half to 2 days when it goes there, which is not a problem for my system, but is a huge problem for the passive systems. They just almost certainly don't stay cold enough. And there we go. Now it's back in the office and it's finished. And you can see it's gone red because it's physically, they've taken it out, they've left that on the counter, they've taken the semen bag out, they've inseminated their dog, and they've left it on the counter like this. And that's why it's red right now. So, what's the difference? Well, if you want to get data out that you can see in a graphical format, then you need our more expensive unit. And to get that data out, you plug this thing in with a USB port, and you get this graph out in a few minutes. Most people don't need that. If you want to do exactly the same functionality for a device that works exactly the same way, it's got the same program in it, it does everything exactly the same way, then this less expensive unit is for you. It doesn't have the nicety of being able to read the information while it straight comes out of the box, but you know what, it's just no big deal, because when your customer gets it, they open this up and it's flashing green and everybody's happy. And this is very easy to clear out. Just press the button, it turns blue, keep on pressing the button until it turns green, and let go, and it's cleared. So save half the price, $149, $295. Choose the one you like the best. Everything comes with a guarantee. They all work beautifully. I'm now at, I think, something in the order of well over 2,000 consecutive shipments without a failure in semen. If you're shipping dog semen somewhere else in the United States or in the world, this is what works. You know how most things you buy, they don't work quite the way you think. They're okay, but they're not. This works. I promise you that this works beautifully every time, and it will make your business a success. Thanks for watching it from My Breeder Supply. Bye-bye.